Hello and welcome to Bookshelf. In this episode, we will discuss about dictators and their literary pursuit. Yes, it's a strange combination. Dictators are known for their ruthlessness and political and military capabilities. But on the other side of the coin in their lives is they were good with sword and they were also good with pen. I will tell you some names. Just listen and think if you can imagine that they can write as well. The information is collected from an open source. Okay, we start from Julius Caesar to Saddam Hussein. There are many names in between. Joseph Stalin, Mussolini, Mao, Franco and many others. We will now discuss about their dictator and their literary works, however short period they may be. Now, starting from the BC era, the first name comes to mind is that of Julius Caesar, the emperor of Rome. Shakespeare has written the popular play Julius Caesar. The speeches of Mark Antony, who starts with friends, Romans and countrymen, and that of Brutus, who says, "Not that I love Caesar less, but I love Rome more." These are very popular. Now, Caesar's initial success as an army man is the capture of Gaul, which is today's France and Belgium. The conquest of Gaul is described as a work of elegance by historians. Caesar also wrote commentaries on the Gallic War and the Civil War. Both are non-fiction, but still stand out in style and narration. Historians describe his works as so elegantly and lucidly written that they compel admiration even without the addition of further ornament. Okay. The next name I'm going to tell you is Joseph Stalin. He is not one that many would associate with the writing of poetry. Still, the Russian dictator was a poet during his days as a student. For a time, he even aspired to become a professional poet. Then, as Robert Service, who wrote his biography, recounts that in Stalin, a biography, after becoming alienated from the authorities, he seemed to lose interest in poetry as he had in his academic studies. He chose not to join the Georgian cultural elite, preferring instead to pursue his studies of socialism, politics, and economics. His participation in the library scene in 1895-96 was fleeting, and he no longer contributed his works despite his pleasing style. I repeat, pleasing style. There are many stories about Stalin and the poets in the later years, but the information could be propaganda or not totally reliable, so we leave it there. The other name is Benito Mussolini. He is most remembered as Italy's feared and hated fascist leader during World War II. The stony-faced, square-jawed tyrant whose features in some official portraits seem carved of concrete, looks cold and unfeeling. It is surprising, if not incredible, that a man such as Mussolini wrote a novel, an act usually considered to not someone of literary talent, but also a measure of humanity and sensitivity. Of course, in 1910, he wrote Particilla, that is, the Cardinal's Mistress, was a far cry from most fictional narratives. As Mussolini in 1883 and 95, Trump and the Transformation of a Revolutionary Socialist, edited by Spencer and Emilito, observes, the Dictators volume was by its author's own admission a nasty book that he had judged to be fit for seamstress and scandal. Serialized before its publication in the book form, the novel tells the story of two lovers in a story of violence and shameful acts. Next in the line of surprises is Chinese dictator Mao Zedong. Some may not call him dictator, as in the case of Joseph Stalin. Mao did not write novels. He wrote poetry. In most of his poems, the verses feature images from the natural world or allusions to autobiographical and historical events, which are often military in nature. Yellow Crane Tower exemplifies the general technique of Mao's poems. They are mostly about warfare and how to cross the major stream so that his forces can gain control of China. The poem employs a wordplay associated with the theme of imperial rule. Of course, it's called Cultural Revolution, the warfare apart. Now, next, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. He is the last Persian Shah. Okay, the last Shah of Iran before he was overthrown by Ayatollah Khomeini was also fond of poetry, historians record. Iraq's chief Saddam Hussein, whatever the allegations on him, has written poetry and 4 novels as well. There is also an argument built up that he employed a ghostwriter, but the fact remains that Zabiba and the King is the only love story written by Saddam Hussein. These are some of the information collected, and I think you have enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Thank you very much.
Please subscribe to the channel and download the Politikos app from the links in the description.